afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our webinar. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Shivani Shekhawat, and I'll be your host for today's session. So, before we dive into today's exciting presentation, I would like to give a brief introduction to our company and platform. Initialize was found in 2021 and is headquartered in Atlanta, United States. In India, we have offices in Delhi, Gurgaon, and Kanpur. Initialize.ai is a platform to securely build, run, and monitor cloud native and AI driven applications. Our unified platform enables seamless DevSecOps workflows, whether for apps, APIs, or AI inference services. Now, let me introduce you to our main presenter today, Sachin Singh, our front-end SDE. And today, he will be walking us through a demo of our latest app. Next, we have Nilesh Kharath and Anjali Diwalkar, who will be facilitating the Q&A session. Nilesh and Anjali, our QA, has a deep understanding of our app. And finally, joining us for the Q&A portion will be Shweta Tamar. Shweta is our backend SDE and will be addressing your questions, providing insights, and sharing valuable information about our app. So in today's session, we will start with a comprehensive demo of our app. Feel free to submit your questions at any time using the chat feature on your screen. Sandesh Manocharya and Ratish Maurya will be answering in chat as well. Without further ado, I am excited to hand over the stage to Sachin Singh to demonstrate our app. Sachin Singh, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Shivani. Hi, everyone. So today I'll be walking you through the uh, production to the path to production of your application with one click. So there are too many tools in the market which you can use to deploy your application. But the main problem with these tools is that you need to do a lot of expensive manual configuration to achieve the optimization and automation. And if you add up the security to that, then you need to add more tools and more configuration, uh, which will which will distract you from your core mission, that is the development of your application. But with Initialize, we are providing you a pre-configured, which we call a golden path to production, with the help of which you can take your source code from your repository all the way from your repository to the production with a one click. So Initialize provides you a autonomous platform management where platform automatically will adjust and scale based on your application behavior and growing demands. So with Initialize, we provide you automated security handling, which will proactively scanning and providing resolutions for the security concerns. With that, we are providing you AI assisted security remediation, which will give you immediate and ongoing security updates to address the vulnerabilities. Lastly, you can focus on your end goal, which is product development, while Initialize will take care of scaling your operations. Now let us see some of the key capabilities of the Initialize. So with the Initialize, you will get an efficient dev experience. You will get CI/CD automation. You will get a powerful security control where you will see the vulnerability scanning. You will get the secure secret management where you can store your secret securely. You will get optimized auto scaling, as I mentioned. We are providing you optimized platform which will be enabled with the auto scaling, and you will get the robust observability dashboard where you will be getting centralized logging, real time insights of your application, traces distribution for your application health, and simplified troubleshooting and much more. And lastly, you will be getting the AI ops, with the help of which you will get intelligent monitoring and anomaly detection. You will get predictive analysis and performance improvement recommendations and much more. Now let's see 5S of Initialize. First is speed. As I mentioned, we are giving you a pre-configured golden path to production with the help of which you can take your application to production with a one click. So it's definitely boosting up your journey to take your application to production. Second is saving. So we are providing you optimization, which will be saving your cost and improving the performance. You with the initialize, the reduction of tool sprawls you will get, and you will get a time to refocus on engineering efforts toward your product development. Third is the security. So with the initialize, you will get an automated secure software supply chain and a continuous runtime scanning for your application, where you will get to know the latest vulnerabilities into your application that you can fix, and you will get an auto remediation with that. Fourth is the stability. So we are providing you AI ops driven disruption avoidance. We are providing you robust observability. So with the help of that, you can achieve the stability for your application. Fifth is the scalability. So as I mentioned, we are providing you AI driven optimized techniques with the help of which this application will auto scale based on the demand. And also we are providing a support for multiple public clouds and as well as the private clouds. Now let me walk you to the demo, that how you can take your source code to production with a simple click of a button. All right, so this is a initialized platform. The current screen which you're seeing is a workspace dashboard. So workspace is something, a space where a team can collaborate collectively and work. So this is an isolated space. Let's suppose there are two teams, so we can create two workspaces so that they can work isolatedly in two different environments. So this is a workspace called demo. In this workspace, we are having a tab for apps. We are having a tab for activity where you can check the activity of that particular workspace, and a settings tab where you can do the settings for your workspace. So let me just hit the create button to create an app inside this workspace. So with this creating an app, you will see three simple steps. Very first is the source code. So in the source code step, you just need to provide your source code repository. And to do that, right now we are enabled with a GitHub. You can edit your GitHub permission to allow permission to initialize in order to access your repository. So once you will hit that, you will be redirected to the GitHub application where you can provide the access to your GitHub application. Since I'm already having that, let me take it back. So once you'll provide it, you will get back to initialize application, and you will see the list of repositories. Once whatever repositories you will be going to provide the permission, those lists will appear here. You can choose the repository out of the list for which you want to deploy. So based on the repository name, the application name will be auto-filled, and obviously you can modify that one. You can choose the workspace on which you want to create the application. And once you select the repository, a drop-down for the branches will be enabled, and you can select the branch to which you want to deploy the code. The last field is for the source directly, which is an optional field for the monorepos. Let's suppose you have a monorepo, but you want to give a subdirectory to your application, then you can provide that part over here. Right now, I'll be leaving it as empty because I don't have this monorepo. Now, second screen is the configuration screen, where you will see configurations for the environment variables, where you can provide environment variables for your application. Now, once you hit the edit, you will get a screen where you can enter all the environment variables of your application. So first input is a key, where you will get a type of environment. So there are majorly three types: secret ref, and environment. So out of which you can choose a type of environment variable. Then you can give a key to it. You can give the value to each of the environment. If you wish to have same value in all the three environments, then you just hit all. And if you want to give different values to different environment, then just deselect the all and put different values. Also, you can drag and drop the file over here. The file supported which are currently is .env, .json, and .yaml file. So after you add the environment variables, you have the resource setting. where you can choose your HTTP port. So the application which I'm trying to deploy is currently using 8080, but those can be changed based on your application. And then you have the HTTP path, and then we are having the app instance sizes. So by default, there is a 2 GB RAM and 1 vCPU is pre-selected, but there are a few other options. So based on your application behavior, you can go for the small. If you think that your application will consume a small vCPU and RAM, then you can go for the small. Even you can go for the extra small based on your application, and you can go for the large one, obviously. And if you feel there's no combination present for your application which you think will require, you can always go to support and talk to us. And then we see an option for the enable vertical auto scaling. So this is an interesting feature. Like let's suppose you selected by default 2 GB RAM and one vCPU, but your application is demanding only 1 GB RAM, or it is demanding 3 GB of RAM. So if you enable that feature, then your application will automatically scale up and down based on the resources which is required to run the application, considering your performance and also the cost optimization. For now, I will deselect it. You can deselect it if you think your application would be sufficient to run on this, and you always want to run on this size and CPU. Now, number of instances is for horizontal scaling. So you can choose minimum and maximum number of instances to which your application can scale up and down horizontally based on the application load. Now, once you do these configurations, the third screen is just a review screen where you will be getting all the informations of the application which you filled earlier. You can cross check it. If you feel everything is good, you can go ahead, and if you think you made a mistake, you can go back and change that. But for me, I'm going to submit this to create an application. So just after submitting the application, you will land onto this screen, which is an app dashboard. So this is an interesting part where everything is happening in the background. The background is having a lot more activities than you just see on the UI side. So for the sake of time, when this app is initializing, I'll be showing you a app which is already been taken to a deployment. So that pipeline has been triggered. Let me just show you application which has already been deployed. This is the e-commerce application. This has been deployed to Stage. So I'll be walking you through the stages to which this application has gone. Before that, I'll explain you few things around here. Very first is the application things, where you will see the current stage of the application. You will see the URL to the latest environment on which the application is deployed. You can see the workspace. You can go switch between current and prod for the application. Now you will see 4 different tabs. First one is the overview, where you will be getting the overview of the application. Second is the logs, where you'll be getting the environment logs. Third is the activity. It is similar to the workspace activity. This is the app activity, where you'll be seeing what is happening around this app. And last is the settings, where you'll be seeing all the configurations which you did earlier. You can always come and modify based on your needs. So I'll be walking you through the overview. In this overview, we are seeing an app summary. In this app summary, you will see the number of instances which are running for the application. You will see the CPU consumption, memory usage, and the network traffic. Now, these are the steps through which the application has gone through till the staging deployment. So very first is the clone stage. For a particular stage, you will see the stage summary and logs for it. So for the clone stage, the stage summary, you can see the stage name, duration, how much this particular step has taken time, the status for that application, for that step, the date, and the branch from which this code has been cloned. In the result section, you will see the commit ID, the commit date, and the commit URL. Now you can obviously check the logs for the clone step. Second step is the packaging step. Similarly, for the packaging step, you will see the stage summary, the stage duration, and status, everything. So in the package step, there are three sub steps which are prepare, create, and result. So in the prepare step, you can obviously go and check the logs. In the create step, it is creating a build for your application, and in the results tab it is creating a image, assigned image for your application. Now third is the software composition analysis, where it is the application is doing trying to find out all the dependencies for your application. So it will list out all the dependencies which your application is using. Now next step is the scan step, where the scanning is happening for your application, which will be trying to find out the vulnerabilities for all the dependencies which you are using and for your applications. So it will list down after scanning. It will list down all the vulnerabilities into your application with their severity. And also we are providing you the fixed in version with the help of which you can fix them, and in the package which this vulnerability is having. So with this, we are having some config settings also, like you want to give a setting where if you have the critical vulnerability, your environment, your applications should not go to further environments, then obviously you can do that. Then after that, once scanning is happened, you are having a deploy test stage where your code has been deployed to a dev environment. So once it has been deployed to that environment, you can get an app URL with the click of which you can see your application will be up. Yeah, so this is the e-commerce application. Let me just show you, which is deployed to a test environment. We can see in the URL. And also one interesting thing is that this URL comes with the SSL applied out of the box. That is, it is a secure URL. So we are focusing on security, and we are trying to cover each and aspect of the security to provide you a robust solution in terms of security. And once the application is deployed in test environment and your testing has been done, your QAs have performed testing and they are ready to move it to further environment, you can come to a test approval stage where you will be approving the changes to go to the next higher environment, that is a staging environment. So once, as soon as you approve, the changes will be deployed to staging URL, staging environment, and the same changes will reflect over here. You will see a commit ID, you will see a URL for the staging environment, you will see the logs for the different steps. So after the staging confirmation, you can go to a prod approval, where you will be seeing approval step for the production. Once you approve it, your app will be taken to the production. So let me approve it. So as soon as you approve, your production deployment will start. And see, this is how easy it is to take your app to production with the initialize with just few clicks. Now let's see the application which we created. So it has completed clone, packaging, SCA, scan, and now it is deploying to, okay, deploy test is also completed. So see, we created a step, we created application few minutes back, and which has been already deployed to test environments. This is how easy with initialize to take your application to any of the environment and basically production. Now let's check for the Q&A session if we have any questions. Okay, let's start the Q&A session where I and Sweta will be addressing the questions.
Hello, Sachin.
Yeah, hi.
So, what are the prerequisites for deploying an app?
The prerequisites are like you just need a source code, and our application is independent of the language. So whatever language your application is having, we will try and determine it, and based on that, we will create a build for it. So you just need to have a source code repository. As I mentioned, the create app, apps steps. You will configure it, and that's it. You just need to do few configurations, and your application is ready to deploy.
Thank you.
Hi, Shweta, Sachin. How does the platform handle high loads?
So as I mentioned, we are providing you automated scalability where the scaling is happening with the optimization. So it is considering the performance as well as the cost of the application. So basically, if the load increases, the application can scale up automatically, and if the load decreases, it can scale down automatically in order to improve the performance as well as take care of the cost for application.
Uh, okay, thank you.
So Sachin, while creating app, we have option called like adding environment variables, right? So in what scenario we need to add environment variables?
So it totally depends on your application. Like i- if your application is expecting some of the environment variables like the backend URL and stuff, you can provide that over here.
Uh, does the platform protect against common security vulnerabilities?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
why not?
platform is handling that really well. What is happening whenever you are deploying the app? So we are just doing the scanning and getting all the vulnerabilities on the dashboard, and you will be able to see in the security that one dashboard that what are the CVs and in which package it is there. So afterwards, if there isn't any fixed in version is available, you can go into the code and you can do it manually. Either we have one more option which is auto remedy. So if you opted that option, the platform itself will rectify that version for you. And
Okay.
vulnerabilities, I will mention one more thing, that we are giving the CVID. And you know now, when once we deploy an app, every day it can happen that new CVs can introduce. So we are
Mm-hmm.
performing that scan on a daily basis for your app. So in that way, it
Oh,
will be really secure.
okay, okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So if the app deployment fails, does the log provide cause of failure?
Yeah. So basically,
Yes,
you
yes.
can check
Whenever you're
on which
deploying an
step.
app,
Yeah, go ahead, Sweta.
yeah, whenever you are deploying any app, and it gets deployed into the different availability zones. So suppose right now I'm thinking that my one instance got crashed in one zone. So in that scenario, one instance will be available in different zones. So that will take the place. So it will be available all the time. And if something is happening, like you got that option, you can see on a screen that rebuild option. It will give you the rebuild, the whole process will reoccur again. And in that, after that also, if you got any issue, you can connect with our support team. So we will get back to you with the solution.
Okay. And how user credentials and data securely managed on your platform?
Okay. So
So
whenever we are saving any secret, any environment where it, yeah, especially about the secret, I would say that we are doing it client-side encryption. So whenever you are saving any secret in this platform, so it will be encrypted at this client side, and then it will send it to back end side. So that way we are securing the encryption, and the encryption also happens at the client side only. So it's quite secure in the term of user credential safe.
thank you.
So if I have say a team of two, three people, and then how does the platform provide access control securely among the team?
So we are having a feature of RBAC where you
So in
can
that
give
situation,
different roles to
yeah.
the different users based on their role. So we are providing right now the admin, workspace admin, and a developer role. And based on the role, we are having different features enabled into the application.
Okay.
So that's where you can manage your team.
Okay, okay,
And
thank you.
whenever you want, you can revoke it. Like if you, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I can change the role also. Like if I want to make someone's workspace admin or like a developer role and all that, I can do on my own.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay, thank you. Then does the platform provide adequate monitoring and logging feature? I know,
Um,
Miss, you have
Yeah,
addressed,
as,
but
as I mentioned, we are having a dedicated observability dashboard, which will be providing you centralized logging. So that's where you can check the entire logs of your application. But obviously, in the app itself, you can see the logs for each and every step. And there's a dedicated log section where you will be seeing the logs for the different environments. Like this application has been failed to deploy on test, so that's why the logs are not available for the prod environment, but it has been deployed to staging and test, so you can see the logs for those environments.
So Sachin, so how we will get to know if someone just modify our app?
So you will see the in the activity trail, like whatever action has happened into that particular application, you will see everything what and the user who did it.
Okay, so any user within my organization, I can track his activity. So if he
Yes.
updates the app or not.
Yes, for a particular application, you can track the activity for a workspace. As I mentioned, let's suppose you're having a workspace, this demo workspace, where you can track the activity for the entire workspace as well. Like as I just now created a app, which is demo. It is showing me that this app has been created in this workspace.
So so simply we can track our users' activity within that workspace, whether they are creating apps or making some changes to it, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Sachin.
Do we have any other questions?
I'm sorry, I was talking mute. Very sorry. What in a case of any disaster, what are our backup plans?
So in the case of disaster, we are always following a rollback mechanism where your application will automatically roll back to the previous version of the application, and we can see the logs and everything where the application got crashed.
And
Okay,
as I mentioned
so
earlier, Anjali, that we whenever we deploy the app, it will be available in a different availability zone as well. So in case one goes down, the other always will be there.
okay, so can you
Yeah.
brief me? Say what should I do? What should I do if my deployment fails in any stage, like in
So
a
there
test
are
stage?
two.
Okay, continue,
Yeah,
continue.
yeah. So, like there
Like
are two possibilities. One thing that you might got issue with your code. So in that scenario, you will fix it and you can simply rebuild. Okay. Or if it is from related to platform, you can reach out at the support. Like we do have a support. You can reach out to our team and ping your query there. So we will connect with you and look through it. What is the issue? What is the like problem? How can we tackle it?
yeah, for a quick fix, like this application has been failed to deploy on prod, you can obviously rebuild it so it will re-trigger the pipeline and it will start creating from the first step.
Okay, okay, makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, so just like this, it will start rebuilding it.
Okay. So if issue is at my end, I can rebuild my on my own. If I
Yep.
need a platform support, I can reach out to people. Okay, getting you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
So can I
And
deploy microservices app?
Sorry, come again.
Sorry.
So can I deploy microservices app?
Yes, yes, the platform supports microservices really well. What you can do, you just need to select the source folder where your main service is already present in the Git repo, and afterwards you can follow the same procedure. And yeah, the if your company is already registered with domain name, so you can simply use that domain name for your service as well. Suppose you are already registered with a domain name which is initialized developer, and you want to make a application with initialized developer dot registration, so you just can use the domain. We are not registering the domain name, but already if you do have a domain name, you can use it here on
Mhm.
our platform.
So where I can provide that domain name?
You can provide that into the
There is
settings.
a initial let
There you have
Before the
there
here.
deployment,
domain
yeah.
configurations which you can provide once after
Okay.
you create the application.
After deployment completes, right?
Yep.
When you start
I'm
deployment process,
done.
that time also you can define the domain name for you. That is also another option. Afterwards also you can edit it.
Uh,
Means, means at every staging I can provide my domain, right? At test, stage, or
Yeah.
production.
Yes, yes. There is an option of edit it. As Sachin showed you that way.
we got very clarity on the deployment process. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Okay.
so much, Satya Shweta.
Do we have any questions on the chat? Let me see. Sweta, can you check on chat?
Show chat. I cannot see it actually.
All right. Over to you, Shivani. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you,
yeah, yeah.
Nilesh.
Now I can see. Are there any issue with? Yeah, yeah. Am I audible, Shivani?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. Yeah, Shweta.
I can see the chat now. Jakpreet is
Mm-hmm.
asking, are there any with different operating system and browser? So, Jakpreet, it supports like you can work with this platform on any operating system or any browser. There is no specific requirement from our side. Mm, and anything else? What are the costs associated with deploying my app? Sachin, can you show the screen that one related to cost? What the plans we are offering to users?
So basically, regarding the cost, I would say the application that initialized platform is pretty cost efficient since we are doing the optimization and everything with the help of AI also. So it will be cost effective from any of the platform out there. Also, we are providing you a lot of automation things like the security, observability, and everything. So cost regarding the cost, I can show you. So you can visit the Initialize AI website and see the pricings per application for the developer or sole
And
for
I
a
would
single
like to
developer.
mention whatever features we are talking about.
Hmm.
Yeah, so whatever features we are talking about, those are available in the very first developer plan, which is free of cost. So
Yes,
you can just go there and try it out, all the features.
yeah, you can try it out for free. All right, over to you, Shivani.
Okay. So thank you, Sachin, Shweta, Nilesh, and Anjali, for your valuable insights and for fielding our audience questions. We appreciate everyone's participation in today's informative webinar. For any further questions or assistance, please feel free to reach out and stay connected for updates on future events. Until next time, have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.